This site is experiencing multiple Keter and Euclid level containment breaches.
Warming up for the broadcast here, and I'm playing some things from the review queue, and I run across this SCP Containment Breach version 0.2. This is by Alt plus F4. The map ID on that is YKGCC2XJ, and proposes to be presenting sort of a horror experience. So it's a short horror map. Sneak through the facility after a containment breach. Attempt to escape, but beware, something escaped. Well, there you go. Currently sitting at 17 plays and mixed reviews in the review queue. Let's take a look at that author profile. Alt F4 has played 1 day and 2 minutes of SNAPMAP content, accumulated over 28,000 SNAPMAP points. Appears to be the author of 2 total maps, and that's some pretty groovy armor, by the way. I'm digging that there. I like how the play of the blue and the purple is going on, although the blue could just be light being reflected. I'm not sure. So, and currently looking at a 57% upvote rating. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and check out what's going on here. And like I mentioned sort of during the load up for this, I'm familiar with SCP Containment Breach, and I do realize that this is probably an attempt. Like, I don't think it's a remake, because I think remaking SCP Containment Breach would be a task in SNAPMAP. But at the very least, it's probably an homage, and I'm fortunately familiar with the source material. So let's go ahead and take a look at how it translates to Doom. Put on your containment breaches. We're going to play some SCP Containment Breach version 0.2, which I presume means it's still sort of in its beta state. Alright. Secure, contain, protect. Site 17. Part-time. We must be in a safe area, so let's find a way out. So, now if I recall correctly, like in the original SCP Containment Breach, you are one of the Class D prisoner types. Yep. Hey, you, we need you for some testing. Follow me. Alright, let's just look out. I feel so isolated. Oh my god, this movement speed. They said Block 6 was testing to say. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, just speed, though. Alright, well, I hope that picks up. Just noticed we're in the Praetor suit. As always, I have to point out that the Praetor suit leaves you vulnerable to certain bugs, and especially with larger weapons. And it also takes away the player's armor choice, which is, you know, unless you're doing it for a narrative reason. I've never understood what the point of forcing the player to wear the Praetor suit is. So I feel like a POI to let me know where the security guy wouldn't go amiss, especially if I'm going to move slower than him. That's probably a good idea. Alright, so I guess we're taking it as read that, you know, these mobs are just dudes. Normal dudes. Alright, so... Alright, we're very slowly walking over here, I guess. Boo! Alright, so let me... Okay, so let me see if I see the little red diamond. It's probably going to be kind of small at this point, if I do see it. I don't even know if I'm in the right spot right now. I'm starting to get the feeling like maybe I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque here. Level 1 access required. Oh my goodness, why would you drop the speed for any part where you could get your player lost? Because now it's like if they... Okay, so here we go. Alright, are we in the right spot or what? No, you're just a bunch of dudes standing. Strike a pose. Okay. Read. Okay. Alright. Object class Keter. That, if I'm not mistaken, Keter is the most dangerous form of SCP. So, SCP-8888 is extremely hostile and dangerous. No personnel should come in contact. That on contact with SCP-88's armor-plated skin, organic life immediately rots and corrodes. SCP-88 was discovered along with SCP-088, a sentient skull. 88's skin is reinforced with muscle mass and corrosion, and SCP-888 can cause concussions, major limb damage, etc. SCP-888 should not be in contact with unless testing or research, of course. So, alright, so... Alright. Alright, please approach 888 for testing. Alright, that's where the lights drop and a bunch of crap happens, and now we gotta escape, and oh nope, the slow speed is still happening. Alright. Alright. So, and I am down to 1 health. Crawling along at 1 health. Doom! Yay. Alright. Again, okay, so it's a survival board. You gotta survive for about 16 minutes or so here. Fair enough. Alright, as we slowly make our way over to the blue arrow, and it's one of those things where I completely understand why the dark is happening. Level 1 keycard. Alright. Level 1 keycard is... Are you seriously gonna make me... Okay, so it's definitely here. But it's not getting picked up. I can't see it. Alright. Definitely in the spot. Alright, this is the spot you told me to... Whoop! And I'm dead. Body for overwrought in this facility, bad ending. Okay. Only like supposed to be one of those survival maps, but you have no way to sort of defend yourself, and you know, and that would be technically consistent with SCP Containment Breach. Again, I've seen playthroughs of it. I know the point of it is that you really have pretty much no way of defending yourself against the monsters, and that's what makes it a horror game, and the whole thing is to escape and understand the way that the monsters move and that sort of thing. And of course, the question comes up, does it translate well to Doom? The answer is fart no. You know. Okay, so several things going on there. First of all, just the real quick one that I have to mention. Yeah, again, why are you taking the player and putting him in the Praetor suit? I suppose there's a reason for that. You're a prisoner and you have to dress the way you want. There's sort of, I would say that that's kind of a meta explanation for why you're forcing the Praetor suit, but as long as you're not giving the player any weapons, I guess, you know, then, you know, crisis averted, you're not going to run into that bug, so it is what it is. You know, but okay, so you're asking the player to play a map where they crawl at about 50% speed. I didn't check if that was the actual speed, but oh my goodness, it felt like moving through fudge. Which, when you reduce your player's speed, you make the exploration part of your board a chore. It's a lot harder to deal with, and when exploration is literally the only game mechanic they're going to have at this point, escaping, basically, if you're not giving the player any weapons, you're not giving the player any way to effectively defend themselves. You know, you've reduced them to 1% health. You know, you got to give somewhere, and so the give back and all of that is, you know, okay, they're going to move at a crawl space. So there's like literally nothing fun going on there to begin with, and then when you compile on top of that you've made the game like it fight you in certain ways. Like trying to pick up a key card should not be a process that takes me, you know, a minute to do. It should be I walk over to the key card and pick it up. That's just one little thing that would have, you know, I mean, there were a lot of things in there, like you know, obviously, you know, you did a lot of things right based on the source material. You know, you made it dark, which SCP Containment Breach is dark. It's supposed to be dark and scary and littered. You know, the night is dark and full of terrors. You know, that was all done very well. But the elements that were related to gameplay that really could have made that experience, you know, playable, you know, were really lacking. And, you know, I died because I was spending too long trying to pick up a key card, which is a core mechanic. It's a core mechanic of the game, and so if you can't, if you're falling flat on the core mechanics of just the few things the player is actually allowed to do for themselves, then yeah, then your experience, regardless of how accurate it is to the original, is simply not a fun experience. It's not an engaging experience, and there you have it. And of course, we deal with the whole, I'm on the fence about this, but if you're going to put permadeath in your board, then you're accepting that any player that wants to go back in and try the board again, and with everything I've brought up, why would they? Then they have to sort of reload the board and do all the beginning stuff again, which even in like SCP Containment Breach you don't have to do. Like if you dive during a run, yeah, you get the death screen, but you can still create checkpoints in during that run. So without the checkpoints, it's really not something that's particularly fun to do. So in any case, that's SCP Containment Breach version 0.2. That's by Alt plus F4. It does, again, the numbering suggests that it's still sort of in beta test. And so this is an ideal time to bring up that feedback and say, if you're considering sort of things to make the experience at least, playable, I would say think about checkpoints, think about giving the player a little more speed, and think about making items pick up when you approach them rather than having to manually grab them. Those are some good places to start, I think. So. Game on, game on, game on, game on.